I'm joined by Kenneth Katzman. He's a Persian Gulf analyst for the Congressional Research Service with a special emphasis on Iran and Iraq. Kenneth, thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
We heard the UN envoy talk about turnout being very important, but there's high sectarian tensions in Iraq. In fact, there are at least 2 Sunni provinces that won't be going to the polls because of the security situation, and there have been a number of candidates, Sunni candidates mainly, who've been killed over the past few weeks. So can these elections be considered free and fair?
Thank you. Of course, I'm speaking in a personal capacity on the show. I consider it a deeply flawed election. As you said, there's only 4 provinces which are majority Sunni Arab, and of those 2, the election has been postponed. There's no elections in the Kurdish provinces at all, even including Kirkuk, which is mixed. So really, the 12 governorates are mainly the Shiite provinces where the Shiites live, except for one, Salahuddin, that is a Sunni province. So really, it's a Shiite test of strength. It's really a test of strength to see if Maliki has momentum going into next year's national elections, where he hopes to be continued as prime minister for another term.
Right, and the main threat he's facing is not from Sunni extremists, but from Muqtada al-Sadr.
Right. There's a lot of the Shiite blocs are competing separately, as they did in the last national election. The Sadrist bloc is expected to be very strong. But the problem is, by not holding these in the Sunni provinces, it raises the question, can you hold national elections on a free and fair basis next year in the national elections? And if you can't, then the Sunnis are going to say they don't have a fair and equal chance to have their prime minister, have their person become prime minister.
Right.
So all bets are off if they can't hold an election in the whole country.
So really, these results are going to be able to tell us which direction Iraq is going to be going into in the near future.
Very much so. Now, the positive side is there was not a lot of violence. As you said, no fatalities.
Right.
The problem is there were fatalities before the election. You mentioned about 16 Sunni candidates, I believe, were assassinated. And al-Qaeda in Iraq, which has been emboldened by the Syria conflict, is still attacking on virtually a weekly basis, multiple attacks all around the country. And the Iraqi forces don't have the backing of U.S. forces anymore. So Iraq is in a very fragile position right now.
Okay, we've got a few seconds left. Not a pretty picture that you're painting over there. So what's at stake for the Prime Minister, Nouri al-Maliki?
Well, he has to show that his state of law coalition is still intact and still the main Shiite coalition. If he can do that, then I think he probably has a good chance of being prime minister. Again, the problem is you have this Sunni rebellion. The Sunnis are pulling away, and the Kurds are pulling away from the central government. Iraq is fragmenting. So he might be prime minister again, but of a weakened political structure that's dysfunctional.
Kenneth Katzman, thank you, sir. Going to have to leave it there. Thank you.